Every morning is an opportunity to connect with Jesus. Whether you're looking to get started or looking to grow more, DDPC is for you. Join us as we connect with Jesus together.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Daily Devotion with Pastor Chris. You have reached episode number 1246 on this 21st day of August. Can you believe it? Today's Thursday, August 20th, last day this week. I got to show you this sweatshirt that was given to me. Look at this. Look at that. DDPC established 2020, and check this out. Where'd it go? Oh, it's on the other. Love Jesus. Jesus love, right? That was specially made for me, and I've been waiting, dying to wear this. It's been so hot, and so it's been nice and cool the last couple of days, so I wore this with pride all day, but got lots of compliments on my DDPC. Let's show that again. Look at that. Established 2020. We're 5 years in, episode 1246. And if you can get one of these, they're special order, and they're $1,287. So if you want one, you can Venmo me, and I'll make sure you get one, whatever color you want. $1,246 for commemorating episode number 1246. I'm kidding, by the way. Okay, so. Anyway, I just want to welcome you all to Daily Devotions with Pastor Chris. I am your host, Pastor Chris, and today we are continuing on in our devotion on Acts chapter 23. We're going to pick up at verse 12. If you remember that Jesus had divinely met with Paul and said, "Look, all this turmoil that you're facing in Jerusalem, you're going to also have to testify in Rome." Okay, that was yesterday, and we discovered that sometimes, God will show up, and He's not there to deliver you, but to give you direction. Sometimes He doesn't take away the problem, but He gives you the purpose, or He'll give you the plan, right? So that's where we left off. In verse 12, I want to read to you 10 verses, okay? And so we're going to begin in verse 12. It says, "The next morning some Jews formed a conspiracy and bound themselves with an oath not to eat or drink until they had killed Paul. More than 40 men were involved in this plot. They went to the chief priests and the elders, and they said, 'We have taken a solemn oath not to eat or drink anything until we have killed Paul. Now then, you and the Sanhedrin petitioned the commander to bring him before you on the pretext of wanting more accurate information about his case. We are ready to kill him before he gets there.'" So they're plotting. They're like, "Listen, Sanhedrin, call Paul back out, get him to be testifying and talking, and we're going to ambush him." Verse 16, "But when the son of Paul's sister heard of this plot, he went to the barracks and told Paul. Then Paul called one of the centurions and said, 'Take this young man to the commander. He has something to tell him.' So he took him to the commander, and the centurion said, 'Paul, the prisoner, sent for me and asked me to bring this young man to you because he has something to tell you.' The commander took the young man by the hand, drew him aside, and said, 'What is it you want to tell me?' And he said, 'Some Jews have agreed to ask you to bring Paul before the Sanhedrin tomorrow on the pretext of wanting more accurate information about him. Do not give it to them, because more than 40 of them are waiting to ambush him. They have taken an oath not to eat or drink until they have killed him. They are ready now, waiting for your consent to their request.' The commander dismissed the young man with this warning: 'Do not tell anyone that you have reported this to me.'" So here we are. Verse 12 tells us there's 40 Jews that formed this conspiracy, and they bonded together with an oath to not eat or drink until they had killed Paul. Now, I want you to understand, Paul's life is now the target of a secret plot, okay? And so they've derived this plan. They're calling the centurion to ask the Sanhedrin, which is the two camps, remember the Pharisees and the Sadducees, to call Paul back out for more questioning. And their plan is that when Paul comes out from the barracks, they were going to ambush him and kill him. And so God uses this unlikely hero, Paul's nephew. We are, with all Paul's exploits, all of his missionary travels, with all of his church planting and the wonderful dissertations and the epistles that we have, never have we learned that Paul has a nephew until Acts chapter 23. Nor did we know Paul had a sister. And so he's got this nephew who basically uncovers the plan. And so what was hidden in darkness is exposed, and it's defeated by God's divine providence. Guys, I want you to get this, because when you are on assignment for God, see, God had an assignment for Paul to go to Rome. To the things that you've done in Jerusalem, you got to do to Rome. But they wanted to kill him in Jerusalem. And God had a design for him. So God sent a secret agent, and he didn't even know he was a secret agent. He overheard some rhetoric. He reported it to Paul, who told the guard, who told the centurion, and so he said, "Don't tell anybody." Right? I'm going to take care of this. And this stuff happens. God shows up in the craziest ways. Did you know in this year that there was a highly covert assassination plan against Volodymyr Zelensky, president of Ukraine, and that Vladimir Putin had planned? And they had orchestrated a sleeper agent to attack him, and if that didn't work, then they were going to shoot his plane with a drone. But God used instruments, right? He used intelligence agents, total strangers that acted in just the right moment, who cracked this nefarious plan, and who reported it. And so through diligent monitoring and cross-border collaboration, that plot was thwarted. And revelation happened before any harm came to President Zelensky. And just showing that once again, there was divine protection. I mean, think of President Trump when he was on the stump and he was campaigning. That bullet that was shot at him missed him by 5 millimeters. So you can say what you want, but there's no doubt that was divine interruption. I believe that an angel of the Lord knocked that bullet out from its target. And I can tell you, I've never spoken to Donald Trump in my life, but I will tell you with 100% certainty, I know with all the conviction in my heart that President Trump also knows that God himself was looking out for him that day. See, God still has his people in place. Sometimes it's family members. Sometimes it's the grandmother who's clear across the country, who just is an intercessor, and she is praying and seeking God on your behalf. She doesn't even know what she's praying for. She just has a burden to pray for you. Sometimes it's a total stranger that God will use to defend you, who will bring truth to light at just the right time. And so what I want you to walk away with today is this. Sometimes, we sing that song that that God is working, and it says, sometimes when I don't see it, he's working. Even when I don't see it, he's working. Did you know that God is always at work behind the scenes? He knows the secret plots of the enemy. He knows the nefarious plans to kill, steal, and destroy, the hidden agendas, the satanic things that have been assignments that have been cast upon you, and he knows the hearts of every person. So it's what we must do is have enough faith to trust that no plot against you can succeed outside of God's will. If it escapes his hands, it's for a purpose. And so just realize today that, man, God's got people God's got people in place. God has situations in place on your behalf, whether you know it or not. So rest assured, God's got your back, man. Just stay faithful to Him. So I hope that that encourages you and that that gives you some more leg to stand on today as you're moving into yet another weekend. So God bless you guys. Thank you so much for being on and for being a part. You can see that it's dark behind me. It's about 10:30 at night, the night before. So I did pre-record this. I just have had one of those weeks. I've got two weddings this week. So I have a sermon on Sunday, and I've got a wedding rehearsal tomorrow, a wedding on Friday, a wedding rehearsal on Saturday, and a wedding on Sunday. And so I've had crazy amount of meetings and appointments and assignments, and it's just been a weird week. Nothing's regular, so I'm grateful for the fact that I've been able to pre-record at times. I did do live this morning, but this morning meaning the 20th. But for this episode, I did pre-record. So thank you guys for continuing to tune in. I hope that this has been a blessing to you. Have an amazing weekend. I'll see you at church on Sunday. God bless you. See you Monday. Bye-bye.